Hi, I'm Becca, and this is my husband, Gabe.
That's me.
Welcome to the podcast celebrating Jack Russell Terrier dogs.
And all the joys of companionship with canines of every kind.
Each week, we'll explore all the heartfelt, humbling, and hilarious stories that only dog parents can truly relate to. We're Jack Russell parents.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Did you all get a good night's sleep last night? I hope you did. I don't always sleep that great because I have a chainsaw snorer and a musty hot water bottle with me every night, meaning my husband and my Jack Russell. You can decide which is which.
Well, I sleep with a musty hot water bottle and a perpetual nudger, so catch 22.
You get nudged because you snore. Like
Maybe I snore because I'm too tired from all the nudging.
Listen, there's like phases to the nudging. First, it's a light tap. Let me see if that'll wake him up, but just enough that it stops for a moment. Then the light tap doesn't work. So then it's a harder tap. Like, hello, wake up.
And then a baseball bat.
Stop.
I'm like, why is all this sports equipment in our room?
We don't even play sports.
Here.
Then I'll resort to shaking if necessary. Like if I really can't take it. If I just can't get back to sleep.
And here I am all these years thinking I'm a light sleeper and I'm constantly waking up.
I know there are those of you out there who can relate and you feel my pain. You're walking around exhausted every day like me.
What does this have to do with Jack Russells? I have no idea.
Okay, back to dogs and our sleeping arrangements with them, right? So the hot water bottle, of course, is the Jack Russell. Let's start with bedtime routines. We, as people, don't have the best bedtime routines, which might be another reason I don't sleep that well. But Carson is always willing to let us know when he's ready for bed.
Yeah, he gets really fussy, restless. He waits till the exact climax of a TV show or movie and then starts barking and getting really fussy and bringing a toy, but then he won't play with it. He wants to go outside, but he just went outside 2 minutes ago during another great scene of the movie, begging for treats. He makes us miserable until we want to leave the living room and go to bed.
Yeah, he's ready. One of my favorite things that he does is the sigh of disdain. The sigh that says, will you please turn off the TV already? Or will you shut up and quit talking? I'm trying to sleep.
Sometimes, though, my favorite thing that he does when he's ready for bed, he'll just grab his blanket that resides on the couch and he'll drag it all the way into the bedroom, under the bed, and just puts himself to sleep, which is nice.
Yeah, he just falls asleep under the bed with that blanket. And every once in a while, he will put himself to bed. Like we have a ottoman step stool. Yes, we do, for him to get up there. But he'll just go to sleep. Like if he's that tired, he'll put himself to bed.
Usually in one of our spots.
Yes.
Keeps it warm for us and musty.
Jack Russells are notorious for wanting to bury themselves in the covers. When Carson was little, we had this little padded bed that he would flip over and go under. Even when he was really, really little, he just loves to be under things. And even now he has that blanket that we talked about that sometimes he drags under the bed. But even when it's on the couch, he just burrows under that thing. And it's really funny to actually watch him do that process. He does it really well. And he really just always needs to be cozy. So those are the daytime naps. But let's talk about nighttime sleeping arrangement.
Yeah, let's, because he is a total bed hog.
Mm-hmm.
According to EmboraPets.com, the bed plays a great role in where Jack Russell sleep and how they like to sleep. All dog breeds want a warm and soft place to relax, but Jack Russells, they love to fall asleep on clean, soft beds with big warm blankets. They're very, very picky. You need to make sure that you have enough space for Jack Russells to tuck themselves in, as Becca was saying earlier. And they're really small dogs. They don't have a lot of body fat and they don't have long, thick coats, so they get cold really fast. They need a warm, cozy bed.
Yeah. And so Carson sleeps in our bed, if you haven't gathered that already. He sleeps in our bed and mostly at the foot of the bed. And I pull the covers back in just such a way that he has a layer that he can go under. And then when he gets too hot, he crawls out panting and throws himself on top. And that happens like several times a night. And yet he still insists upon going under these blankets.
He's an all or nothing kind of creature. He's either buried deep like a little mole, and then he comes out like making all this noise like he just finished a marathon, and then lays on top for a while until he gets cold, and we just start all over again. Hence the snoring.
I don't think that has anything to do with the snoring.
Maybe it's part of it. So maybe you can do like Carson right now, get nice and tucked in, unless you happen to be driving or something. And we'll be right back with some furry factoids about JRTs.
Aloha Mama Apparel wants to spread the spirit of aloha. Genesis Belote, the creator of Aloha Mama Apparel, was born on the mainland and resides in Southern California. But she cherishes her Hawaiian culture and honors the half of her family that lives on the islands. She loves being a mama and a designer. At Aloha Mama, they know being a mama is hard work, but it's the best work. That's why they style mamas and kiddos in apparel that is bright and filled with beachy vibes. For the cutest casual attire celebrating the spirit of aloha, go to shopalohamama.com. That's shop, ALOHAMAMA.com. Shopalohamama.com. Welcome back. We are going to jump right into our furry factoids. Furry factoids about your dog's sleeping positions and what they mean. The positions dogs sleep in can reveal a lot about how they're feeling. And the article from bestjrtlovers.com talks about 5 different sleeping positions and what might be going on with your pet when they sleep in this way. The first one is sleeping on the side. So a dog that's sleeping on their side feels safe and comfortable. It actually leaves the vital organs exposed. So dogs that favor this position tend to be pretty easygoing and relaxed, though they may switch to a different position if they're sleeping somewhere new or around someone they aren't familiar with. And I noticed that Carson sleeps in this position a lot.
The second is all curled up. It's a very common position dogs take when they're sleeping. It's the position that they have in the wild. It protects the vital organs. It conserves warmth in case they don't have some big cozy blankets to sleep with. And it also makes it easy for them to jump and run if they need to escape from somewhere. So it's the safest position for dogs while they sleep.
Yeah, and Carson is behind us right now, sleeping on a chair in our studio, and he's curled up like that. But I think it's just more to the fact that that is a small chair, and he can't sprawl out. Speaking of sprawling out on the tummy is position number 3. And this is sometimes called the Superman position. And I like to call it chicken legs because when Carson does it with his white fur, he looks just like a raw chicken. So this position actually allows for a dog to pop up and be on their feet right away. So puppies will often lie in this position where they need to sleep. They're so tired, so they kind of pass out that way, but they can jump right to it and start playing again if they need to. Carson does this position a lot when he is playing or when he has a toy that he's chewing on because it's kind of relaxed, but he can all of a sudden jump up and start running around if he needs to.
On the back with their paws in the air is the next position. It's the most comfortable position in terms of the dog feels the least vulnerable. It also is great for releasing heat as opposed to curling up in a ball, which conserves heat. This is most common in JRTs during the summer months, and they just look like they don't have a care in the world when they sleep like this.
Yeah, they do. They do. The final position is back to back or snuggled up close to you or other pups, what we would call spooning, right? If your dog's doing this with you, it's really just their way of bonding with you and showing that they want to get close to you. It means that they're feeling very loving and affectionate, and they're completely comfortable with whoever they're napping with. And Carson does this a lot. Oftentimes he'll kind of like just lay his head over my ankle, and I feel like it has something to do with the fact that where my pulse is, and he can feel my heartbeat. I just love him. I think he just loves me too. We're good snugglers.
I used to sleep with my face on your foot pulse before we got Carson, if you recall.
Sorry, he's taking your spot.
Next up, we have Puppy Parent Replies. We asked people on social media, what are your dog's sleeping arrangements, or do your Jack Russell sleep in your bed with you? And we got a million pictures, completely adorable. And sometimes people just say yes, and here's this image of the dog taking up all of the bed.
Yeah.
Some of the answers that we want to share with you are especially funny or poignant. The first one comes from Deborah N. She says, yes, of course. He sleeps right under the covers, right next to me.
Steve S. says, mine goes into the bedroom before me.
Just like Carson. Mm-hmm. He tells us when it's time to go to bed. Gary L. says, yes, his Jack Russell is part of the bed warmer package. Oh, wow. That's a cool mattress store. Here's a mattress and a dog.
Yes. Keep you warm. Vanessa H. says, yep. How could I possibly say no?
We couldn't say no. There's no way we could lock him out of the bedroom.
No, I would just feel so bad. He'd be so lonely.
Deb S. says, yep, at least under one layer.
Inca S. says this, I can report quite a success with getting a snuggle nook for your dog. They seem to love it so much that some dog parents report their fur kids have moved from their humans' beds into the snuggle nook at night.
Andrea K. says, my two Jack Russells let me have about 15 inches of our king-size bed. I feel you, Andrea.
That's about right, Andrea. Cindy E. says, if I lay down for a nap during the day, Max will lay down with me, but at night he is in his crate for multiple reasons. The two biggest are that he is still a pup, and I think he would get up and pee and then go back to bed. So she doesn't want that to happen. I don't blame her. She says, I also have a daughter with sleep issues who ends up in my room in the early morning hours. So there wouldn't be enough room for all of us. We understand that. Sometimes there's just not enough room.
I would really love a second dog, but I think the breaking point, besides having two bundles of extreme energy in the house, would be the bed would be even smaller.
I know.
I'm not sure it would work.
Yeah. So I love my little snuggle bug, and I can't imagine sleeping without him, honestly. But
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't talking about me. Okay.
Oh, well, you're a good snuggler too. I digress. But whatever your dog's sleeping arrangements are, whether it's in bed with you, in their own bed, or even in a crate, make sure your loves are comfy and warm. Thank you for listening. Until next time, this is Becca and Gabe, the Jack Russell parents.
Say bye, Carson.
We'd love to connect with you online at jackrussellparents.com or on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at JRT Podcasts. That's at JRT for Jack Russell Terrier Podcast.
The Jack Russell Parents Podcast is produced by Earball Audio.
Jack Russell Parents is brought to you in part by Super Chewer. From the makers of BarkBox, Super Chewer is a themed monthly delivery of toys and treats made especially for dogs who play harder and demand a challenge. Simply go to jackrussellparents.com and click the Super Chewer link to enjoy their great offers while also supporting our podcast.